Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. It's Felicia Latrice and we are back with another pick a card reading. If you are new, welcome to the winning team. If you are returning, thank you so much for your continued support and engagement on the channel. Okay, today we definitely need to romanticize our experience. We definitely need to love on our experience. We definitely need to find the beauty in our sacred journey. So today we are asking the question, what makes you beautiful? Okay, and the Webster Dictionary definition of beautiful is pleasing to the senses and mind, or to be aesthetically pleasing. And if one has an aesthetic, that means that they have like a set of principles or like some kind of underlying guidance system that that directs their artistic movement or artwork or the artist in itself. You don't have to be an artist and you don't have to be a female to watch this video, but I kind of just wanted to put that in perspective for you. So we will definitely be using these beautiful spirit animals. I love how they're all four-legged animals. Oh my gosh, we have Pile 1, you represented by the gazelle. Pile 2, you're represented by the lamb. And Pile 3, you are represented by the cheetah, okay? So let's hop right on in and waste no time. Again, if you have not recently saw if you haven't seen one of my recent videos, we have been remonetized. So thank you so much for all of the support, all the engagement on the channel, and this journey. Oh my goodness, I really appreciate you guys, and I have not forgotten all the hundreds and hundreds of dollars that have been donated to me in my darkest times, and my OG subscribers and my new subscribers, and just y'all, it's just, you know, gang and I love y'all for that. Okay, and also reminders to, you know, support each other in the comments. You know, sharing your experiences help affirm and validate and create you know, unity in our community. So I really I'm just so grateful to be here with you guys, and I want to thank you for helping me become remonetized, so that this is a more meaningful way for me to find a source of income. So I'm so excited about that. So let's get started. You can choose based on these spirit animals, the beautiful artwork that is displayed. You can choose based on the timestamps. If you have any questions, always let me know in the comments below. Again, if you want to book personal readings, I know that email is just like not the best and most quick way, like the quickest and most efficient way to communicate, but it is the system that I have in place right now. I am working on getting a booking system that I can maintain. Honey, I'm not a technological person, so keeping up with websites and, you know, links and all the other stuff is just very tedious to me. Okay, but anyways, without further ado, I know that some of you guys have shared some inquiries about personal readings. There are only a few slots a week, okay, for personal readings. So please remember that if you want to, you know, receive the delivery estimated time of arrival is about 1 week. So if you are looking for a reading, make sure to book me well in advance for the date that you are wanting to have it on. I know some people are very, you know, persnickety about that. They want on a specific date, and I'm like, okay, go ahead, let me know. I'm like, I see what y'all trying to do. But anyways, again, thank you guys so much, and also don't forget to engage with the community tab. I post important notifications, updates there, and turn my post notifications on. If you're not getting, you know, just if you're not getting the post notifications, I always share our most recent video on the community tab. If you're not seeing your subscription fee, YouTube is being weird with the algorithm, always come and check our community tab, okay? I also post little fun things over there for us to like kiki about. But without further ado, you guys, let's get into what makes you beautiful, because you are so beautiful, okay? And I'll see you in your selection. Bye. Hi, Pile 1. Welcome to your selection. You're represented by the gazelle. Now, I have to say that this is one of my favorite cards to get in this deck, because it is just so beautiful. I love the gazelle. Like, it's such a beautiful, elegant, graceful animal. And I feel like the biggest thing that makes you beautiful, Power One, is simply that you have like a supreme grace. And it feels like, what that means is that you literally have a grace that is superior to all. Like your grace is superior to all others. And this is just like, meaning that you have like such a elegant and refined and simple movement about you, and your movement and your actions in life are very graceful. You might even be working in movement, you might be dancers, into fitness, in some way, working with the body. But it just feels like what makes you beautiful is your simplicity. It's like you don't have to do too much. It's like you may look around you and see all these like gimmicks and caricatures of people, but when people see you, they really appreciate the simplicity. Okay. I also feel like what makes you beautiful, Power One, is how sophisticated you are. It just feels like no matter what your socioeconomic status is, no matter what your social class is, you maintain just like this air of regal feminine energy. You might be a masculine, but it just feels like when people receive you, it is just very sophisticated. They feel like they're in the presence of someone who is just so mannered and so refined and so elegant. One thing I do love about the Gazelle is their perception. It's like, for some of you guys, you are really moving, like you're really heightening, like your feminine energy is very heightened. So you might attract a lot of what you need very easily. But what I really, really love about the Gazelle is that in the wild, the Gazelle has this ability to survive, and does it with like so much grace and elegance. Like the Gazelle doesn't have to work too hard to survive. Like if the Gazelle sees a predator, it's just like, I can hear you, feel you, and sense you from like miles away, and I'm already like in the next mountain. Like it just felt, it is so beautiful. Like you're so like, it's like you don't have to worry about predators, or you don't have to worry about enemies. I'm also hearing copycat season is over. Like a lot of people who like may want to copy your actions, like I'm definitely getting somebody here who wants to like be you, or people try to mimic this grace, they try to mimic this sophistication, they want to be like you, but it just doesn't ever, like they're not as sophisticated as you and refined as you, and it feels like they're more gimmicky, or they're just like, I don't want to make this a video about other people or haters and things like that, but it just feels like, what's beautiful in you, what people notice about you that's appealing to their senses, is just like your ability to move with just so much like simplicity and grace, and you're so hyper aware, like going back to like that predatory energy. So like that's probably why I'm like bringing up haters and stuff like that, is because like people, you don't have to worry. There's no competition, there's no prey, because you can always sense these people from a mile away, and you like shut them down so like quickly and easily. It's just like it doesn't really like matter. They don't really matter at the end of the day. That's very funny. So I also feel like what makes you very beautiful is your heightened perception. So this is like, you just have this ability to kind of like become aware of everything through the senses, and you might even be ESPs, like you might even have like clairvoyance, like extrasensory perception, where you like, this kind of like puts you at an advantage in like your, like if you have been in a survival state, you like in the wild, like in the world, right, in worldly matters, where you may have like other like competition and just like negative forces. It feels like because you're so keenly perceptive of things, you become aware of stuff and people that you need to kind of like steer away from very, very easily. I also feel like what makes you beautiful, Power One, is how vulnerable and sensitive you are. It's kind of like some people think that sharing vulnerability and being sensitive is a weakness, but I feel like it's like weaponized vulnerability. It's kind of like fearlessly revealing emotion. Like you're just so like empowered through your like femininity and your receptivity. Like you don't need to kind of like be on the prowl for things. You just you receive it, because like that is what divine feminine energy does. Okay, even if you're a male, it feels like you just receive the information that you need when you need it. Okay, what makes you beautiful? We have the engineer coming out. Ooh, what did I say? Fearlessly revealing emotion. Okay, literally, quite literally. And then we have the Good Samaritan. Okay, the engineer. Okay, let's see. What makes you beautiful, Paul? 1. So kind of like what I was going back like to like that movement energy and just like the gazelle being very graceful in movement. It feels like with this engineering energy, you're very creative. Like your creative energy is very practical even as well. So even if you're like, you know, like it, you know, you might see other people trying to be creative, or you know, they try to, you know, individualize themselves by like doing a lot, like, but it seems like your creative expression is very simple, very practical, very grounded, and it's very methodical. It's like you design things. Like the gazelle is also known for like always cultivating a lot of beauty in their natural environment. So I feel like what makes you beautiful is like the fact that you enjoy the beautiful experiences and environments that you have created for yourself. You might even keep a very cozy home, and you know, you're very like, it's just like you're very comfortable to be around as well. I feel like, you know, your vulnerability going to this full energy, fearlessly revealing emotion, that is like you show your vulnerability, and you are empowered through, you know, your vulnerabilities. I also feel like you know, kind of going back to that, like that hater, predatory energy. Like I feel like you really disarm your enemies because you realize that they're just hypocrites and that they're absurd, and that you don't have to worry about absurd, ignorant, like illogical people. Some of you guys, you know, people find you helping out, you know, the needy a lot. Maybe you do a lot of community service, or your talents are helpful to people. And I feel like you just have like this you might have onlookers or people that you wouldn't necessarily come across if you were not displaying your talents or your artwork. But it feels like you benefit them, you know, through your fearless like non-gatekeeping, if that makes sense. So let's see. Okay, we have the Emperor coming out. So immediately, you know, that gives me Aries energy, that gives me powerful energy. And, you know, through your authority, through your strength, through your brilliance, I definitely feel like, you know, I meant to say brilliance. It feels like you just help so many people that you otherwise would not come across had you not been, you know, revealing, you know, these aspects of yourself. You're so beautiful, and your simplicity and your design and whatever like you have created, cultivated for yourself, it's just like, it's very beautiful and elegant, and it doesn't need, like, you really just don't need a lot of like gimmicks and a lot of like confusion and a lot of like, you know, for some of you guys, like you might appreciate people who have like an alternative fashion sense, and you might see people like, you know, on the internet who are like, and this is no tea, no shade, but it kind of just feels like, you know, people who have like alternative styles, and people who like wear a lot of like accessories and a lot of like makeup and a lot of like, you know, a lot of stuff. You just don't need that, right? You don't need that. There's a lot of beauty in your like simplicity. Power one. So let's see. It's like you have like, what makes you beautiful? We have the Judgment. What makes you beautiful, pile one? We have the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. What makes you beautiful? Okay, so give me one more, please. What makes you beautiful, pile 3? Excuse me, pile 1. Where am I? I'm already at the end, y'all. I ain't trying to rush y'all out. So let's see. I ain't kidding y'all out. Okay, this card wanted to come out here, flipped over on the bottom of the deck. We have the Two of Cups. Okay, not on the bottom of the deck, but on the floor. And then we have the Six of Wands. Okay. So with this Judgment and the Six of Wands, it feels like, you know, what people are seeing that's beautiful about you is your homecoming. Okay, people are realizing your higher truth. People are they're noticing your alignment. Okay, you know, maybe after a period of recovery with this Five of Pentacles, it just feels like what makes you so beautiful is that, you know, through this engineering aspect, maybe you have found, you know, some kind of creative expression. You've designed some kind of resolution to maybe a scarcity problem or some kind of issue that you've been dealing with, a dilemma that you haven't maybe been able to overcome in your life. But it feels like, you know, through like your graceful, like superior movement, you've been able to kind of like align with, you know, this higher truth in life. You've answered people. What makes you beautiful is your ability to spiritually ascend. Okay, and this has put you placed you as an authority. Okay, what makes you beautiful is your strength. What makes you beautiful is your ability to transcend and overcome whatever caused you, you know, to feel mentally or physically impoverished. Okay, I feel like with this Five of Pentacles in the reverse, for sure, you're dealing, you definitely like, you're like a person who believes in service. You see the benefit of helping out the needy. Okay, I definitely like, I'm getting like a lot of you working at like, you know, food kitchens and tutoring services, orphanages, teaching people, you know, in a creative way, in an entertaining way. I also feel like what makes you beautiful is your, like, the truth that you reveal in this like fearless display of emotion. What makes you beautiful with the Judgment is that you are not absurd. You are not a hypocrite. And you are connected to a truth that, you know, a lot of people who reflect your shadow are not able to kind of mimic. Okay, I definitely feel like what makes you beautiful is your, you know, you quite naturally like have like success and recognition, and you get rewarded for this. I also feel like people realize that you have the capacity to even abuse your power, but you don't. You have the capacity to like exact appreciation and recognition for the help that you give people, but you don't. You have the ability to wound people and to gatekeep and to not liberate them. You have the ability to disregard people's emotions, but you don't do that, right? You use your power for good. This is what makes you very beautiful, Power One. Okay, I feel like people are really drawn to like your sophistication. Like there's something about your gracefulness, your elegance, your legs. I'm hearing the way that you may cross your legs when you sit down, or I'm hearing people like to watch you while you're reading or studying. They love how passionate you are. They feel like you're also very inclusive. Like with this Five of Pentacles, I feel like these people that you might rather ignore, or these people that you might not, you know, for some of you, you are very wealthy, or you grew up in some kind of privilege. And if that is the case, you're especially beautiful because you see and you can have compassion. You might not be able to empathize with these people, but you have so much with the Two of Cups. You have so much compassion for people, and you help people, you know, raise their consciousness. You help people, you know, connect to a higher truth through your creative and practical expression of things, and you're revealing. Okay, you just reveal, you know, in a very simple way. And I feel like with that Five of Pentacles, going back to what I kind of lost my train of thought a little bit, but it feels like with that Five of Pentacles in the reverse, you deal with a lot of people who need like recovery. Maybe you deal with a lot of traumatic or traumatized people. I'm definitely here like feeling like people who struggle with like, you know, fiscally and socioeconomically, people who struggle with like drug addictions or their sexuality, people who have been like previously very scarce. Like you really like, these are the people who are really like benefiting and seeing your beauty. Okay, this is very amazing. I love that for you. I also feel like it's something about like if you're a dancer of some kind, I definitely feel like there's a lot of beautiful, like people feel like your movement is very sensual and gratifying to them. You know, you make them feel like they can reach out and touch you or something. I don't know. But I feel like, you know, they feel like it's something, especially like if you're a female and men are viewing your sensual movement, you make them hot, honey. You make them hot for you, okay? Is what I'm seeing. What are people finding that's beautiful about you, Pile One? Okay? Yes. You didn't let yourself be victimized, okay? You didn't wallow in self-pity, okay? From whatever situation you recovered in. Instead, you bossed up with the Judgment energy. And look at you shining so brightly here with the Six of Wands, and you're so aligned. Some of you even have a new relationship here, or you're just like so aligned with your higher purpose, okay? And this is how you get to, you know, be this good Samaritan. You help those people, you know? I really love that, Power One, okay? So let's see. How can we affirm your beauty from the Divine Feminine Oracle? How can we affirm your beauty? We have Inanna. I love Inanna, okay? The Queen of Heaven and Earth. I have nothing to hide. I see and accept all that I am, okay? This is so affirming, you know, over what we've discussed already. Like I said, you're not a gatekeeper and you don't have anything to hide. It's like, you know, a lot of people may have seen your struggle, or these people, what they find that's so beautiful within you is that maybe throughout this whole period of, you know, of you trying to recover from something, maybe a traumatic event, you have not allowed yourself to be a victim, okay? Because you accept yourself. You know, you don't wallow in self-pity. And you're not hiding. I also feel like there might be a lot of gossip around you. That's why I was saying like copycats and haters at the beginning. But it's kind of just like you have nothing to hide. It's like you are who you are. You are what you're not even what you went through, but you know, you went through what you went through, right? You fearlessly revealed who you are and accepting that. And this is what makes you so beautiful. And I feel like a lot of you have just done this with like so much grace as well. It's like people like you're so graceful in vulnerability. You're just like people, it's nothing to be embarrassed about. But it feels like, you know, especially now they see you with that Six of Wands and the Judgment, that you have actually like overcome so much. Like you've actually like recovered so much. And people like you really like, you have shown, some of these people who are watching your beauty, they've seen you do this very, just like you've done it with just like, without wincing, without complaining, with grace, with authority. It's like, you're like, okay, I've literally like mastered this. I've mastered this. And now I can help other people see the absurdity and hypocrisy that may have gotten me here, right? I can help other people learn from my mistakes and pain. And I have a solution for your problems. Actually, not only am I here to laugh about, you know, this BS and these people who are trying to, you know, paint me out to be inauthentic, I can show you how authentic I am by giving you this practical expression. The proof is in the pudding, and that's what makes you so beautiful, Power One, okay? Let me know how that resonates down below in the comments below. Type your affirmation. I have nothing to hide. I see and accept all that I am. I have nothing to hide. period. Power one. That's what I'm seeing for you, and I'll see you in your next video. Bye. Hi, Power two. Welcome to your selection. You chose the lamb, okay? Oh my gosh, okay. Are you guys librarians? Okay. It feels like something about you guys are very quiet. You like it very quiet, okay? You don't like nothing too noisy. You don't like it being loud. It's like anything, you know, you might, you know, have some type of trauma, but I definitely feel like sound healing would be very beneficial to this group in particular. Maybe sound bowls. I know not everybody likes the sound of sound bowls, but like maybe even listening to like different frequency meditations online. They have them free on YouTube, and just music in general. A lot of you are very connected to music, and maybe, you know, people are, this is what makes you very beautiful. Maybe people find your taste in music very beautiful. I also feel like you know, like there's like a lot of like quiet like energy here. I feel like I'm talking too loud for y'all. It's like you like it to be you or like people find, you know, you might be that very quiet and reserved person. I definitely don't see you doing a lot of talking, a lot of chit-chatting. A lot of you don't like small talk. You're just like not, you know, I feel like people find this to be beautiful because you just don't engage in like frivolous activity. I feel like what also makes you very beautiful is, you know, you're very wise, and I feel like when you do choose to kind of like make noise or talk or share information, communicate, I feel like it's very, you're sharing your wisdom, or you are sharing, like you say something very profound, and you don't, like your throat chakra is very powerful, even if you are like quiet. Like don't think that a quiet person has a blocked throat chakra. That's not true. It's just that they just don't talk when they talk when they need to, okay? And I also feel like, you know, you're very prophetic as well. I feel like you speak, you know, fortunes over people's lives, or you can predict things like over people's lives, and they're like, wow, like how did you know that? And they find that to be very beautiful, how like highly intuitive and empathetic and like prophetic you are, okay? I feel like what also makes you beautiful is you're patient. Like there's like quiet and patient and just like, it's like you listen very well. I feel like as well, Power two. It's like when it's kind of like a mother listening to their child, like give them like tons of excuses as to why they couldn't clean their room or whatever, or like raise. It kind of feels like you like with your wisdom, you raise people, you raise children. Maybe you're a mother or father. But it feels like you're very big on keeping peaceful environments, okay? That's why I kept channeling Archangel Shamuel, because Archangel Shamuel, whether you believe in that or not, Archangel Shamuel is the archangel of peaceful relationships. And I feel like what people find to be very beautiful in you is how you can keep the peace. You're very diplomatic, you're very fair. You might even be like a Libra or something. You're very respectful as well. I feel like that is like the major thing that it helps you keep peace. It's like you approach everybody, whether they're the janitor or the CEO, with a lot of respect, and like you treat them very of high dignity, because you just have like this, what makes you so beautiful is like your respect for humanity. I also feel like in this group, I don't feel like there's just like a lot of people watching you. You might not be big on like social media, or you might not like be like around a lot, but I feel like when you're out and about, maybe running errands, this is like what I find. Like I'm getting a lot of strangers. Like strangers find you to be very beautiful because you show up and you're very respectful, you're very quiet, you're very reserved. You like to kind of scope out the scenery before you try to scope the scenery out. If you know, you know. But it's like you scope out the scenery, and you're very like, you wait, for the information that you need, so that you can approach people and things in the most respectful and, like peaceful manner, okay? I'm definitely feeling like a lot of commuters, maybe you're visiting, different, like, I'm just like getting, maybe you're visiting the library, or maybe you're visiting like places where like study halls. I'm getting like a lot of like classroom etiquette, and just like respect, like you have a lot of etiquette like in this pal for sure, okay? So let's see, what else do people find to be beautiful about you? Okay, and look, it's 333 on the clock, okay? I love that. So, what makes you beautiful, pal, too? We have the wounded child. We have the hedonist. And we have the alchemist. I feel like your experiences may have made you very, very reserved. Like with this alchemy energy, it kind of feels like there's been a lot of people. Maybe you've been very wounded. Maybe you've had you just were born into like a root chakra deficiency. Maybe you've never had really like a strong security, stability, or maybe your survival needs have always been challenged. But it feels like, you show up so respectful because you just never know, what people are dealing with, how they're acting out of their wounded inner child. And I feel like this has opened you up to so much learning and forgiveness and compassion and desire to help heal the world and other people. And you're so patient because people are wounded. Most people are. Like, let's be real. Everybody out here is getting traumatized in some type of way. It doesn't matter what kind of, privilege you might perceive in someone. Everyone is on this path to forgiveness, is on this path to healing, issues in their life that they feel like they cannot accept, okay? And I feel like you just transform so much of these deficiencies into wisdom, and this is what makes you so beautiful. I also feel like, of course, your creativity makes you beautiful, and just for some of you guys, you are like conventionally beautiful. Like I said, like a lot of strangers are just watching your skin. They think that you have very beautiful skin. I definitely feel like some people are jealous of your complexion. But I feel like most people, they find your complexion to be very beautiful. It's like when they see you in the light, or they see you like out and about, or they see like a selfie of you or something like that. It's like so beautiful. I also feel like for this pal, you don't really feel like these tremendous amount of like ambitious people. You just feel like the people who, you're around to caretake, okay? You do a lot of caretaking of people. You do a lot of good things. You embrace people, especially wounded people. It's like you might naturally attract people who need a lot of healing. And, people, you might catch people just like staring at you, strangers staring at you, watching you from a distance. And it's because they're valuing and honoring and appreciating your beauty, okay? Just like you're like nothing more, but you're like what is pleasing about like your skin, your face, your hair. I also feel like you have like a beautiful set of hips if you are a female. You have like a very beautiful waistline. And I feel like you should celebrate this often, but I feel like you're so humble. Like you're so humble. You might, once you catch people looking at you, don't, I'm not going to say don't feel uncomfortable, because a lot of attention, I feel like, especially when you being represented by the lamb, it's a very sensitive animal, very, very sensitive to stimuli. And I feel like, if you do get a lot of looks and a lot of stares and, even harassment, this might shift into a negative, like, obsession, because you are so beautiful, just like attraction wise, you might inspire a lot of desire within people, because of how you look, okay? It's something about the way you wear your hair, your neck, your jawline, your like clavicle, that area like right under your like neck, You know, when people see like your shoulders and your back, it's like, I don't know, child, it's something, you're very beautiful, very sexy, very handsome. And it really, like, your smile as well. For this pal in particular, you're definitely like very beautiful, like very attractive, and like a conventional beauty maybe, or you might have a very rare beauty, and this is like people are just like stunned when they see you. And I know you know some of this attention may be unwanted, especially with that lamb coming out. But you know, the best thing that you can do when you are getting like unwanted attention is to just, I know you might be aware of things, or you see it and you're like, oh my gosh, can you stop staring at me? Because really people don't see that you're just like, you know, you might have this beauty about you, but you're so wounded. Like, people don't know that you're very traumatized or wounded, pal too, especially strangers. So give them the benefit of the doubt, okay? You can't get mad or feel aggressive or defensive when you catch someone staring a little too long, okay? Okay, Capricorn energy, okay? So I feel like there's a Capricorn in your environment that's very jealous of you, okay? Their name might be Danielle or Michaela, or like start with the letter D or M, but these people, I feel like they're very, very wounded because, you know, not everybody, it's not easy being pretty, okay? And I'm not just saying, you know, even if you don't feel like you're conventionally beautiful or pretty, like, you know, like mean girl shit or mean boy shit, it just feels like, you know, your energy is very pretty, okay? And, you know, I feel like with this wounded energy in this, like, especially like these strangers or these people who don't know you for real, it just feels like they have a huge, like, they see your outward beauty, and you can tell that they are, like, their negative energy towards you is like a root chakra deficiency in their own, like, issues with their self-image. And I will say this, I would love to say that everyone's beautiful, but, you know, and that everyone's pretty, but the truth is not everyone is beautiful, you know, via conventional standards, okay? And I feel like, you know, you might even, I feel like women, if you are a woman and, you know, other women are viewing your beauty, I wanted to keep this video very light. I did not want to address hate at all, but it feels like this is coming up, okay? This person or these people who are viewing your beauty, they might not be as beautiful as you, you know, via conventional standards, or your beauty is just so rare, they pale in comparison. It's like they don't have a beautiful smile. They don't have a beautiful complexion. Their facial features are not, like, symmetric. It's like, you know, you might be dealing with a lot of hate, you know, because of how beautiful you are. And you might have had to alchemize yourself because, you know, these people may have been driven, you know, due to their own self-image issues and rooted in a root chakra deficiency. These people that send you hate, right? You know, they might even realize that you have alchemized yourself. It's not like it's a secret that you might be wounded. Maybe it is. Maybe you don't talk much about it. Either way, you can extend compassion to these people because you realize that they're just wounded children as well, and you can't help how you look. You know, it is what it is. But unfortunately, these people, you know, they see you, you know, maybe some of you are like, I definitely feel like for some of you guys, you really have not, like, maybe for a long time you didn't feel like you were beautiful, okay? And now you're recognizing that so many people, especially like strangers' reaction of you, you know, you cannot deny your beauty any longer. And I feel like, you know, as you celebrate your beauty, these people, they're seething, okay? They're seething. They don't like it. They're so envious and jealous, okay? They're very negative. I'm definitely getting a negative feminine energy. They may be earth signs, but I'm definitely getting a strong, like, envious Capricorn energy here. And this person, they pale in comparison, you know, and even if they have a lot of recognition or they have a lot of, like, you know, people that, you know, are affirming them in some type of way, they just, you know, you don't have to be beautiful to be famous. You don't have to be beautiful to be a like influencer or a public figure. It's like, even if you don't have that same level of recognition, it's like they're still so jealous and envious of you when you're celebrating your beauty. When you're in your self-congratulatory energy, it feels like you're celebrating the beauty like within yourself and on the outside of yourself, okay? What's beautiful about you, pal, too, is your ambition and the like your fight for security. And I feel like you just do such a good job as well. Like, it's like you do such a quality job. And I feel it's like, you know, with this Capricorn energy, it definitely gives like a hardworking person. You're such a hard worker. And I feel like the people who are like viewing your beauty, they're very like, they're social climbers, or they're obsessed with like, you know, like clout and like, they're just not genuinely like good people. And I feel like the more this person is like, they might inflate their own egos, you know, with the clout that they receive, and they're in denial about their envy. For some of them, a lot of them, they're in denial. And I hate to say this, like, pal, too, just keep this between, you know, us, okay? Don't be going in the comments saying all type of crazy stuff. So please, like, we don't want to make, you know, we don't want to, you know, inspire any hate, but it just feels like, you know, your self-worth is like, it's not surrounding your beauty. Like, it's not surrounding your physicality. And what they're seeing is like, is very much so a base motive. Like, you know that your self-worth is based on your talents and gifts and not your physicality, but it's like, you can't help that you were blessed with like a physically attractive like body and face. You know, Capricorn also rules over the 10th house, so this definitely gives like a lot of public, you know, image, your career, your reputation, things of that nature. So it just feels like this pertains your public image, and people are seeing you celebrating the beauty within yourself, but really you're celebrating your self-worth. And instead of them celebrating like your strength and your willpower and like your personality, they see like they're just superficial because they're a social climber. There's somebody here that, you know, what makes you very beautiful is some of you have even like, with this alchemist and this wounded child, some of you guys have even like enhanced your status in life and not driven by some kind of social climbing, you know, clout chasing energy, right? It just feels like the people that are viewing your beauty, I'm definitely getting other females, they are jealous of the fact that you have like this inner and outer beauty that was just gifted to you, that you, I'm also getting that you earned as well, okay? For some of you guys, you may have like, you know, you maybe have indeed been, you know, climbing the social ladder in like a very positive way, okay? And you're very, like, you have like, you know what makes you beautiful, pal, too, is like your tenacity, your ambition, your like strong determination, okay? And people see you have like overcome like these wounded child like energy. For some of you guys, you really did not have stability and security growing up, and maybe, you know, it's kind of given like a late blooming energy, or you like, it took you a while to come into your beauty, okay? Or maybe you always have been beautiful, but there's a lot of beautiful poor people out there, okay? Yeah, okay. This is so sad, okay? I'm definitely getting negativity, okay? These people, they seen your growth, okay? And you got two that want to come out here, okay? And they're so, like, I was getting like an overinflated ego here with that vanity. These people, they're very jealous, okay? They're very, very jealous because they're not as beautiful as you, you know? And it's just, I can't put it any other way. They don't have like beautiful faces, and they don't have beautiful smiles, and they don't have beautiful spirits even, okay? Somebody here like with this growth energy and just like this Capricorn energy, they really like are jealous of your business mind, or your degree, or your education, your knowledge. That's why I was getting so much librarian energy at the beginning. It feels like these people are just very, very, jealous of like the beautiful things that you have created for yourself through determination and ambition. If they wasn't ambitious in their life, then that's their problem. Some of them they dropped out of school, and you don't have to go to school to be successful, but for some of you, you really just like you're very you like traditional jobs perhaps, or you learn how things work, or you're just very concerned with like what makes the world go round. It's like you're very knowledgeable about things, okay? And these people, what makes you beautiful also is your position in society. For some of you guys, you just have, raised your socioeconomic status through, the wisdom that you have gained over healing your wounds from childhood. Like, they don't understand that you've had to like overcome so much from being a child. And a lot of this is so selfless. A lot of this is driven by your compassion, desire to serve other people who are struggling with the same issues, okay? Because I'm hearing like pulling up by, what is it, how does it go? Pulling yourself by the bootstraps or something like that. I definitely get that you've grown so much. Like I said, like you've had to shift your paradigm so many different times. You've had to learn, like it feels like you've changed so much from where you're from. And this is why they're so mad, because some of them, they come from the same places as you, but they weren't as ambitious. They weren't as tenacious, Instead, they have these overinflated egos. They might have like overly intellectualized their hate for you, and may not even be they might not even want to admit to themselves that what this is jealousy. And what they really see is the fact that they're just not as beautiful and as ambitious as you. That's the truth. Y'all too. I'm so sorry. I don't want to address any hate, okay? But I'm definitely feeling like, there is some negative energy being thrusted upon your actual being, not just like, your mind and your creative energy. And your compassion, of course, that makes you beautiful. Your wisdom makes you beautiful. Your respect, your authority, all that great stuff. But what's being highlighted is that these people, they're not for you. They represent your opposite, right? You're not for everybody. And I feel like most people find you to be very beautiful. Okay, most people, and these people, they do. Okay. We have the Ace of Pentacles. We have the Six of Swords. Okay, yeah, we have growth here, a lot of growth. And we have the Six of Pentacles, okay? On the bottom of the deck, we have the Devil. Okay, more Capricorn energy. Pile 2, okay, so this is somebody who is obsessed with your opportunities, okay? Somebody here is very obsessed with your growth, your transition, how you're coming into balance, okay? I'm hearing that this person smokes a lot of weed, and they're just like, this person might be doing, I don't really address that anymore, but, they might be even doing like witchcraft, okay? On you to try to like reverse your beauty, okay? I definitely feel like, they are not powerful at all, okay? So they're not really, like I said, you're so powerful. And I feel like this person, especially with the shadow aspect of the alchemist, the shadow aspect of the alchemist is misuse of power and knowledge that come through spiritual practice. This person smokes a lot of weed. They're just sitting at home. I'm hearing they're stressed. They got their hand on their head and they're smoking and they're watching you, and they're bound to your transitions. They're bound to your growth. They're bound to your new opportunities. They're so upset that you come into a new financial opportunity and they see you just like growing and alchemizing yourself so much. This person is just so dysfunctional, okay? And they're lacking forgiveness and acceptance in their life. Okay, that's what I'm seeing. This person, they're very addicted and obsessed, okay? I knew, okay? I knew that this person, they see you celebrating and having fun. They see you celebrating your beauty, and this is stressing them out because they just, I'm hearing that they just, oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, pile two. This person, pile two, they're very addicted, okay? And they're very ego driven. This person is like a cloud chaser. They're like a social climber. You're gonna, like, you might know who this person is because you might not know them in real life. For some of you, this is like somebody who's watching you on the internet and they've like attached themselves to you. This person is a Capricorn perhaps. But they're very like, they don't want to admit to themselves that they're not beautiful. Okay, I'm so sorry to say it like that. I'm so sorry to say it like that, pal too. Oh my gosh. I'm hearing they're jealous of your money, or they're jealous of your status, they're jealous of your education. Oh my God, this is not a jealousy video, okay? What makes you beautiful, pal, too, is your growth, okay? How you've come into balance and alchemize your soul. And this person has watched the growth, and they watch how tenacious you've been, and they see how ambitious you are, and they just never, ever, ever, ever will match it, okay? No matter how many followers they got, no matter how many people was gassing them up, they still not cute, okay? Their energy not cute, and their face not cute. And they're so angry at the fact that you have this beautiful, that you're so beautiful, your face. Oh my God, and they're jealous of your skin. I'm sorry, okay, if you really want to know, you know, the obsession and addiction, the details of this, you need to book a personal reading with me or check out our next, you know, jealousy video, okay? But right now, this is about you, and you're so compassionate, and this person is wounded, and just send them a lot of compassion. Just send them a lot of compassion, because they can't stop. They can't stop, honey. They're tethered to you. They tuned into you like you're a television show. They're attached to you like they're a stage 5 clinger, okay? Let's see how can you affirm your youth and resist this negative energy with this person. We have 2 here coming out, okay? We have the Divine Mother, okay? Give me more, okay? The Divine Mother. Unconditional love exists within me. The presence of love is the absence of judgment. Please don't judge this person, okay? Don't judge them, because, you know, it's not your fault that God made you like that, okay? It's not your fault that God made them like that, okay? Rita of Kaskasky, whatever. The patroness of impossible causes. I am miraculous. My prayers create powerful channels of possibility. What the beauty that they see in you, pal, too, is your miraculous transformation and growth, okay? Because you integrated and surrendered the ego, okay? Your power created so much possibility, and this is what they see you as, this powerful alchemist, okay? Not only are you beautiful and aesthetically pleasing, okay? You also are just a pure channel for positivity and possibility and learning and forgiveness and healing other people. And they can never do this. So instead, they just don't judge them, okay? Don't judge them. I feel like you're moving away from this person, you know, anyway. Maybe you are aware of this person and you know that they're just, you know, a shadow aspect, okay? They're just like, for some of them, they look like a zombie. Something about them looks like a zombie to you. Their face is very, like, their eyes, the way they're set in their face is just not attractive. Like, they're not attractive people. They have, like, you know, they're not very symmetric, or like, this is somebody who might do the same things as you, but this person is just very vain and superficial. So they're just seeing your outward beauty, and they don't know how wounded, or maybe they do know how wounded you are, but still their vanity won't allow them to kind of move past that negativity, you know, because you're just so fantastic, okay? That's tough. I'm hearing that they're really, okay, I'm done. Okay, we're done. We're not going to say anymore, okay? Power 2, that's what makes you beautiful. Please let me know how that resonates down in the comments below. You know, be sure to send this person a lot of compassion, you know, because, you know, judgment is not going to help the situation, all right? Especially because they're tethered to you, they're obsessed, and this might be influencing your energy. So protect yourself against this negative entity and let them just be a zombie, okay? Let me know how that resonates, and I'll see you, you know, comment your affirmations. I am miraculous. My prayers create powerful channels of possibility. Your power is so your growth is just beautiful to this person. That's what they don't want to admit to themselves. Okay, thank you so much, pile 2. Let me know how that resonates. Bye. Hi, pile 3. Welcome to your selection. Okay, now I'm immediately getting that you guys might be my males in this pile. Okay, but y'all sprinkle throughout. But I definitely feel like no matter what your gender is, you are a sight for sore eyes. I'm telling you, when people see you, they're like, oh yes, you're very pleasing. Like, you're literally the definition of beautiful. Like, pleasing to the senses. Like, everything about you, like the way that you smell, the way that you sound, like the way you speak, your cadence of your voice, the cadence and the tone of your voice. I'm also hearing like you might be very muscular or athletic looking or very toned. But I feel like, this cheetah energy is just so sexy. I love cheetahs. Some of you guys might like cats in this pile as well. But what makes you so beautiful, pile 3, is like your ability to harness like so much like solar energy. Like I said, you are a sight for sore eyes. So it kind of just feels like you brighten up the universe. You see how bright this card is? Like, you're just so radiant. And like you just have a lot of light and heat about you. I'm hearing that you inspire a lot of flame. So you might, I'm not saying that this is a good or a bad thing, because sometimes if it's strangers or unwanted attention, you might inspire just a lot of sexual desire out of people. So for some of you guys, people might just naturally start getting like invading your personal space and just like getting close to you, or just like walking in your like field of, in your like oriented in your like direction. But people who know you or know your journey, what makes you beautiful is the fact that you can achieve anything, pile 3, anything that you put your mind to. And it's like, dang, not them being ambitious and eye candy. For some of you, these are people at work that's just like, they can't help it when you're at work, you're just like, I'm just getting typing on the keyboard and just looking so fine. Like, y'all fine in this pile, okay? It's just like some of you guys, you have had some kind of remarkable achievements, okay? You've had some remarkable, miraculous, like, stories of success in this pile. Please tell me how you have transformed your life. Some of you guys have literally, like, made something out of nothing, and it just feels like, your action taking, your overall achievement, it just represents the fact that you're so boundless and limitless. Like, people feel like you can literally do anything you put your mind to, pile 3. Like, no kidding. This is so beautiful. And whether you're a female or a male, your masculine energy is being highlighted. So this is your ability to bring your dreams into fruition, and to adjust your reality from a place of action taking that is compassionate and kind. Divine masculine energy, and how it differs from unhealed masculine energy is your overall like structure and how you have established your like 3D. Okay, how you have done this has been like you haven't had to do much negative forcing, okay, is what I feel like. Some of you guys are like Leos here, or your sun sign is very important in this situation, okay? So let's get some more. What makes you beautiful? Pile 3. So I'm definitely getting like, people have seen like your miraculous transformations in life, of course. But I feel like what this is really highlighting in people is your potential for power. And people are seeing, and whether you might already have power and might be manifesting more power, but I definitely feel like you have like I said, some of you guys are like climbing the corporate ladder, or you're working really hard, or you're getting promoted a lot, and you just have achieved so much already. People just know that with your practical sensibilities that you will, do anything you set your mind to, okay? We have the child nature archetype here. We have the servant, and then we have the Fool, which also came out in pile 1, okay? What makes you beautiful? For a lot of you guys, you love nature, you love the environment. Like I said, some of you guys love animals, you like cats, or you like, you know, dogs or whatever, rabbits, whatever. But it's just like you're, like some of you, they see you hanging out with animals a lot, they find this to be very beautiful, okay? They also feel like your servantry is very beautiful. How you just, you know, you delight, and I'm hearing you always bringing people food. Like you're like taking orders, and you're like, okay, what do you need? Let me bring you some soup because you're sick, and let me, you know, cook a 5-course meal for you. Let me give you all the money in my bank account. Like, you're so beautiful. I also feel like you're so, you know, kind of similar to Power One with this full energy. You are so, you reveal your emotions, okay? You reveal your emotions, and this is like so like radiant to people. They're like, oh, this person who's so powerful and achieved is like showing all this vulnerability, as well as being like a humble servant. Like, not, they are the authority, but they it's like what makes you beautiful, Power 3, is your ability to establish like respect and authority from this servantry position. It's like people respect you because of the service that you are involved in, okay? This is how like you have gained so many people's respect, okay? So let's see. What makes you beautiful, Power 3? Your loving heart. That's what makes you beautiful. I also feel like you just like I said with that, like you just naturally attract like an audience, because people are just like, they're just so in awe of your miraculous achievements, okay? And it's like the more you achieve, the more you serve. It's like, it's definitely giving like a altruistic energy, okay? Very altruistic, but like not in like a Ponzi scheme kind of way. Yeah, Aries energy, you have more masculine energy. What makes you beautiful is your individuality, okay? How you stand apart from other people. You know, your masculine energy makes you very beautiful. You know, if you are a male, especially, like, people find you to be very masculine or very like handsome and dominating, and like you might even, you know, have the tendency to like boss people around, but they find it to be very attractive. Like if you have a romantic partner, this romantic partner loves it when you tell them what to do or something like that. I don't know, y'all is nasty, I don't even know. I feel like what makes you beautiful is like you're just like a natural leader. Like I said, you're like a natural leader, like, and it's through serving. You're so generous as well. Like, I just feel like people, they see that you have a lot of like ambition and drive behind this, cheetah. But I feel like, you know, what people real, you know, I feel like some of you guys, you might be my most sociable group. Like, you know, you might be networking a lot. That's why I was getting a little bit in the pre-shuffle. Is that like, you know, your networking capability is being highlighted. Some of you also may be very flirtatious, but I just have to remind you to guard against flirtation if you are moving into a long-term committed relationship, okay? And you know, you being so sociable, people might take your like sociability and your friendliness and your servantry, your delight in serving others with a loving heart as like flirtation. And you know, just have your boundaries in place, because you know, one minute you could be flirting, the next minute somebody could be coming on to you, okay? What makes you beautiful, Power 3, is like your bravery. You know what y'all is giving? Y'all is giving a Channing Tatum energy. Don't matter what you look like, it just feels like you're sexy. Like, you're just sexy. Like, it's just, I don't know, it's because you're like, you know why I said that? Because Channing is so charismatic. Like, you're very dazzling. And even if you don't feel confident all the time, people feel like you are just so confident, and that you have like a positive self-image of yourself, and you're just energetic. I also feel like, you know, people, I don't know if they find this to be, you know, this is crazy, because I be getting the downloads about this stuff. Like, some of y'all, people think that you're argumentative, stubborn, and like you like to debate a lot. And you might have drawn on a partner. Like if you're dealing with a feminine energy, you know, a feminine, I'm getting an earth sign feminine. If you're dating a feminine, or even if you're in separation from this person, it just feels like, you know, this person may like doesn't like to argue, and I feel like you just like to debate and you like to argue, and people just, they find this because, you know, they give you a pass because you are so loving ultimately, but I feel like you like, you're driven. I just feel like you like to argue like this and debate and do like this challenge stuff just because, you know that some people are absurd and hypocrites, and you know that like some people abuse, and you know that you want social change, so you just like you're always ready to kind of like, you know, debunk something. You know, people find this to be funny, especially like some of you guys are so sociable. Like if you're networking a lot, people, they feel like you're always challenging them. Okay, people who might find you attractive, they might see you as flirtatious. So like I said, you need to put a cap on that flirtation. Okay, some of them feel like you're hot-tempered though, or you might be impulsive. Some people find this to be sexy and daring though, because like ultimately you are just like, you know, you're this sun energy. You're so radiant, but like if you get too close to the sun, like burn, honey. Okay, like when I don't know. It feels like when I got to this pile, I don't know, when I was pre-channeling for y'all, like I just heard a hiss, like a cat, like you're hissing at somebody. I don't know, this pile is spicy. But it is because you're just like, you are so like this cardinal masculine energy, and Mars can just like, you're very bossy. Like, I don't know, pile 3. Some people think that you're bossy, but it's like, they give you a pass because you're just like, you've achieved so much. They're like, okay, we're gonna listen to them because obviously they know what they're doing. Okay. Oh my gosh, pile 3. Okay. Just like, you don't play about like your vision, your mission. Okay. We have release. And we have what, workaholic on the bottom of the deck. Some of y'all, like I said, you don't play about your work. Like you work a lot, and people, they find this ultimately to be beautiful because they see that ultimately like you work so much because it's in your heart. Okay, it's because you ultimately like you have this communication with people and animals and in the environment, and this is why you do what you do. Okay, I won't get too deep into your purpose and stuff like that, but it definitely feels like, you know, your natural born leadership, your optimism, your direct energy, okay, how active you are. Some of you, if you are athletic or active at all, people love, maybe you want a weight loss transformation, people find that to be very beautiful. They find that you have actually been like so empowered, okay? This is what people find to be very beautiful about you. Like I said before, they see you take a lot of risk, or you be very daring. Like the cheetah don't play. The cheetah is always ready for a fight. Like, oh my gosh, I'm hollering. So let's see what makes you beautiful, okay? We have the 3 of Cups in the reverse. We have the Fool. And then we have, what is this? This looks like Death. Is that Death? What is this? This looks like Death. Yeah, that's a number 13 card. I think 13 is Death, okay? And then on the bottom of the deck, we have the King of Swords, okay? Now, I'm definitely getting masculine males in this pile, okay? So I feel like with this 3 of Cups, let's clarify this 3 of Cups actually. The Emperor in the reverse. Let me see something. Okay, it's too many people. Let's reshuffle. People do feel like, I know this is what makes you beautiful, but some people feel like, you know, you are bossy, or you don't have a whole lot of like self-control, or self-centered in some type of way, or maybe they do feel like you're abusive. Let's see with the 3 of Cups. There's some aspects that you definitely need to release here, okay? So let's see with the 3 of Cups. What makes you beautiful, okay? So let's see. Four of Cups in the reverse. And then on the bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Swords. Okay, so this definitely represents a challenging time that, you know, the universe wants to communicate to you today. Okay, with the Fool, it feels like you're on some kind of new adventure that, you know, or some kind of new path, right? The Six of Swords, it feels like a rite of passage or a personal transition in your life where you're releasing some shadow aspects here. I'm hearing that for a lot of you, like I was kind of getting this at the beginning, you have been aligning with a romantic partner, and I definitely feel like there's a separation at this time, or there is a lack of seeing eye to eye. Now, this period of like there being like separation is definitely meant for like more meditation, more reevaluation, you know, so that you in alone time with the Three of Cups. Okay, if you feel like, you know, you have been being too flirtatious or you've had too many third parties, I feel like you know, you're in the need of, you know, removing those people. Okay, because you can't move forward and start this new beginning, you know, with your person that you're meant to be with if all these other things are kind of like blocking the union here. Okay, I kind of want to get some more information around that. I feel like, you know, your partner, your divine counterpart, is being very patient with you and waiting for you to release this dead weight. But I definitely feel like right now you guys are in separation, you know, to reevaluate things. Okay, maybe there was a redirection, or there was an adjustment that was made, an action that was taken to move this connection along, because I definitely feel like there is somebody, whether that's you or your person, that was struggling to release certain people and things out of their life. Okay, and it doesn't really, I'm not sure if like what's happening here. It definitely feels like maybe, you know, a third party situation may have come to an end, or it is ending. Okay, but you know, someone may have, you know, left you because, you know, you weren't, you know, evolving past these dynamics that were blocking the union with your person. Okay, if that's not, I'm not really getting too much third party energy, but I really do definitely feel like there's a separation between you and somebody, an ending. Okay, an ending. But the death, what comes after the death is a Fool. So it definitely feels like, you know, this ending, you know, allow for a transformation to occur, for both of you. Okay, so that you're not letting this person kind of just like not have any self-control in the matter. Okay, somebody didn't have self-control. Okay, or they keep letting other people come in between the connection, or they're very flirtatious. With the Fool energy, yeah, and look, the Emperor wanted to come out again. This is somebody who's abusive and disloyal. Okay, and then we have the Judgment. Okay, you know, maybe after reevaluating the situation, you're realizing that this is not the person that you wanted. Okay, this person is actually not very sensitive, or maybe they're materialistic and like self-centered. So I feel like you like this ending helps you reach this higher truth around this person, and that, you know, it helped you release them. Okay, I definitely feel like you're releasing somebody here. And look, the Empress on the bottom of the deck. There's a lot of distorted energy, okay, with this person and you and this energy. And I feel like this person just, you know, got so used to you, you know, serving them with such a free and loving heart, and you know, fearlessly revealing your emotions. But this ultimately, like, what you're realizing is that, you know, this wasn't appreciated, and that this person actually is like abusive. Okay, what they see in you is like how beautiful you are, but, you know, they're not really able to honor that, because it's not giving third party energy, I have to be honest, but it's giving like a canceled relationship after a period of reevaluation. And realizing that this person is maybe absurd, or they're a hypocrite, okay? Take it how it resonates. I kind of feel like they got jumbled up a little bit. I feel like this is the beauty that somebody is seeing within you. They're seeing that you are, you know, so fearlessly revealing of your emotions, so delighting in serving them with a free and loving heart, so connected to animals and nature, and with a strong communication skill. But I feel like with the Emperor, they were very abusive. And maybe they hoarded money and emotions and they didn't give to you. And maybe this person wounded you in some way, or they kept denying their emotional truth about the connection. And you're realizing that this is just somebody that you needed to release, okay? On the bottom of the deck, the Empress, yeah. And I feel like this was a period where you really weren't taking care of yourself, and this person was undermining your feminine nature. What you're realizing is that this person is like their hidden tendencies are being very highlighted to you. I feel like the beauty that they see in you is that, you know, apart from their other options, you're the most distinctive, okay? But I feel like, you know, this person was very argumentative, very aggressive, very impatient. You know, they're not really, you know, they might have shown you a version of them that was more charismatic and more positive, but ultimately you're realizing that they're like bossy and just controlling, and that they didn't have any self-control in the situation. This person doesn't have any restraint, or, you know, they just, you know, even though you're so distinctive and, you know, don't really, you know, compare to anybody else, they just still were not able to, you know, honor it because they're just abusive in their nature. Ooh, tough message, pile 3. But you know what this person sees is just like how achieved you really are, and that, you know, you're just very intrinsically motivated, okay? That's what I'm seeing here, okay? So let's see. How can we affirm more beauty in this situation? I feel like you're moving on from this situation now, okay? Like I said, compassion. Kuan Yin, I recognize suffering in order to release it. Curiosity breeds compassion. I feel like, you know, you may have realized that this person may not have been a good fit from the beginning, but I feel like this was, you were curious about this person. Maybe you did decide to explore this connection, and you just were being yourself, being communicative, being friendly, being serving, revealing your emotions, laughing at absurdity, laughing at hypocrisy, and, you know, learned, you know, more compassion and more universal love for this person, and understanding that, like, you know, even if they caused you to suffer in some way or abused you in some way, you know, this was an opportunity for you to recognize more of it so that it could be released. Like, there's a big energy here around releasing. I recognize suffering in order to release it, okay? And what you're recognizing is that this person is just suffering with these hidden tendencies, okay? And that their crown chakras are blocked. I'm definitely getting, like, they might be a fire sign, Leo, Sag, Aries. But really this person is just not in aligned, okay? And this is what you're realizing. So you get to move on and release, you know, suffering in this connection with this person, because they're not appreciating your loving heart, okay? That is what I'm seeing. So hard to hear. But this is like, you know, they see your beauty. They see all these different positive aspects within you, but this person represents the negative aspects. And this is what you need to release more of, okay? That's what I'm seeing, pile 3. Let me know how that resonates down below. Stay curious. Don't allow, like, negative situations to stop you from, like, opening your and serving, you know, with your heart, okay? Don't let people's tendency to abuse. Don't let people abuse you, pile 3. You just be accepting stuff. You just be letting people undermine you. Don't do that no more, okay? That's what I'm seeing, pile 3. Don't, you know, type your affirmation down below. I do not tolerate abuse, okay? I release the suffering that I've normalized in my life. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.